After owning and investing in literally over 4,000 real estate units across multiple market cycles, through crashes, rate hikes, recessions, you name it, I've learned what actually works and what doesn't work, okay? I've seen people win big. I've seen people lose everything, myself included, often in the same market. So in this video, I'm gonna break down the 5 lessons that have helped me and literally thousands of my students build real estate wealth and freedom through multifamily real estate. Whether you're starting or you already own a few units, these principles are gonna help you literally shortcut years of mistakes. So here's the number one thing. Cash flow is everything. Lesson number 1, cash flow, okay? Nothing is more important, especially in this market that we're in right now. In fact, not to get you to buy my book, but I give it away actually, but this is my number 1 bestseller, okay? How to Create Lifetime Cash Flow from Multifamily Properties. But the subtitle is The New Rules of Real Estate Investing. That's why I bring it up, because the new rules of real estate investing focus on freaking cash flow. Cash flow is everything. You see, appreciation disappears in a crash, but cash flow keeps you in the game. Let me give you an example of this. We've got a 200 unit asset in San Antonio. We call them assets, by the way. 200 unit property. It's on a lake. It's beautiful. There's a property right next door, an asset right next door. It's like 300 and some units. It sold for $42 million in 2022. The bank now owns it. The price now is $28 million. 42, 28. We're not interested unless it gets down to 24. So appreciation disappears, but cash flow is what keeps you in the game. But you always also want to buy on today's numbers. If you get something from a broker, they will give you what's called a pro forma, okay? Which is basically toilet paper. It's what they think the property will do, okay? You don't want to use that. You want to use what's called the trailing 12, okay? It's the profit and loss statement for the last 12 months. That's what you want to use. You do it based on today's numbers, not what you hope they'll be later, okay? And I'm going to tell you, be conservative. Be conservative in your underwriting. Anticipate higher vacancies. People are challenged right now with inflation and everything else. Anticipate higher vacancies. Plus, there's been a ton of new units built. But don't let that bother you. We are definitely a renter nation, and people are very challenging to buy a home, and so the vacancies are going to dissipate. No issue there. But initially, plan on some higher vacancies. Plan on realistic rent growth as well. Don't go crazy with what you think the rent's going to grow, and make sure you've got some reserves to get you over any humps. Now, we basically when I do a deal, we raise 6 months of expenses as basically shit hit the fan money, okay? We've got it in a bank account. It's there in case stuff gets rough. And so you should do the same thing. You should raise the money for your reserves as well. By the way, these deals take money, but it doesn't have to be your own money. My warriors, my coaching students and I have raised hundreds of millions of dollars, very often in deals we don't have any of our own money in. And you can do the same thing. These deals don't require your credit or your income, okay? They require your knowledge and your ability to talk to people to raise money for them, okay? That's how this works. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Don't focus on home runs. Singles are fine, okay? Singles compound faster than you think, but get some deals done. So that's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 is the market doesn't make you rich, execution makes you rich, okay? You have to be able to operate. I'm going to tell you, great operators will thrive in any market. Weak ones will fail even in a strong market, okay? And so this business, buying apartment communities, every business, frankly, is nothing but people and systems, okay? You get the right people hired, you get the right systems in place, success is inevitable. But so you got to focus on your systems. You focus on your management and manage your discipline as well, because all of that creates predictable outcomes, okay? And so, stop hunting for hot cities, okay? I'm going to tell you, the right execution plan matters more than geography. But I will tell you, just a little blurb on that is I would not be investing in a state that's not landlord friendly, primarily the blue states. New York, it can take a year to get somebody out. Same in California. They've got rent controls and things like that. So just be cognizant, be aware of where you plan to invest. I'd recommend you invest somewhere where they welcome your business, typically red states. But execution, again, is more important even than the geography. Keep that in mind. Your ability to control expenses, your ability to manage operations, your ability to manage your relationships, all that's more important than anything else, okay? Now, lesson number 3, build relationships before you start raising money, okay? And so what do I mean by that? Well, It's really education-based marketing if you're going to do it publicly. But investors, they will fund trust, not spreadsheets. So you got to start building your credibility early. And the best way to do that is to educate. You could also share your journey, as you're learning this, looking at properties and doing spreadsheets and going through that stuff. Video it, okay? But again, educate, don't pitch, okay? And that's basically what I'm doing right now. This is education-based marketing. It's exactly what I'm doing. I hope you'll consider taking a look at my Warrior program. It's kick-ass, and promise you'll be glad if you do. But bottom line, that's the same thing I'm doing. I'm educating you, and I'm going to tell you, when the market turns, people will stick with the operators they believe in and trust because you took the time to educate them. You added value to them. You sent them information on whatever market you're interested in, and that's how it works. And so if you're willing to make deposits now in these relationships long before you need them, it's going to be much easier for you to raise money and do the things you need to do in this business. So that's number 3. Number 4, the wrong partner can cost you millions, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, most real estate failures trace back to bad partnerships, not bad deals. So when you get into partnership, I'm going to tell you, okay, make sure, and a partnership, by the way, is easy to get into, like a marriage, and hard to get out of. So you make sure you ask all the hard questions up front. How are they going to contribute? What are they going to do? What are you going to do? What happens if if there's a conflict? How's it going to get resolved? What happens if one of you dies or gets sick? All these sorts of things you want to ask. One other thing, make sure you're aligned on your values, okay? That you both have similar values. Make sure you're great communicators with each other. Many partnerships fail because of a lack of communication. And make sure your long-term goals are aligned before you sign anything with them. But lastly, even before you sign, trust your freaking gut, okay? If something doesn't feel right, trust it. Your brain is incredibly powerful, and it can pick up on micro nuances that you're not consciously aware of, but something doesn't feel right. There's a book about this called Blink with Stephen Pressman, and it talks about how art experts can look at a painting and they know it's a fake, but they don't know why they know it's a fake. It's the same with people. You know something's wrong, but you're not sure why. Trust it. Every time I've ignored it, I've regretted it, okay? And the other thing, again, document the roles. Document who's doing what your ownership percentages are. Do it in writing. Document your exit plan in writing, what you plan to do. So there's no confusion or miscommunication. Miscommunication is very common with human beings. You mitigate that when you put everything in writing. So do that. Now, lastly, make sure you partner with people who are going to add real value or capital or skill sets, okay? Because, that's why my Warrior program is so successful. We've got dozens and dozens of groups that have taken down thousands of properties, thousands of units, hundreds of thousands of units. And by the way, and when you're getting into this business, you're going to want to align with somebody that's done it already. So, if you're not interested in my Warrior program, that's fine. Go to your local meetup groups, meet people there, but you want to align with people that have done this. So when you approach a broker or a seller or an investor, you can use their resume and say, we own 300 doors or we own 1,000 doors, and it gives you instant credibility. That's how everybody gets started in this business. And again, that's one of the big benefits of my Warrior program. Out of those hundreds of thousands of units, we discovered when we did an analysis literally a month ago that 98% of those deals are done between Warriors. It's extraordinary. So that's lesson number 4. Lesson number 5 is mindset. Okay, if you know me at all, I'm huge on mindset. I spent 23 years with Tony Robbins, who's the best in the world at it. But mindset is how you survive every market, okay? The real skill isn't just buying. It's holding through uncertainty. We're going through it right now, and there's a lot of incredible deals right now. A lot of deals in trouble. Deals being sold for the debt, which have millions of dollars in equity in them that's going to go away. So it's mindset. It's holding through problems. Wealth in real estate is built over decades, not months, okay? If someone comes to you and says, you've got a get rich quick scheme for real estate, run the other frickin' direction. Now I'm going to tell you, real estate is to become super frickin' wealthy over time thing. But again, it's built in decades, not months, okay? But the wealth is extraordinary over those decades. Now, emotional control Well, I'm going to tell you, beats even intelligence when a market turns, okay? And you got to stay educated. You need to be bringing in all the information, the macroeconomic information, what's happening in the country, what's happening in your geographic area. Stay educated, stay calm, and stay in the freaking game. Now, those are the 5 lessons that have guided me and my students through every market cycle, through crashes, recoveries, and everything in between. Now, if you want to learn how to apply these lessons in your own investing journey, that's exactly what we do inside my Warrior program. You know, again, my Warriors now own somewhere between, we know it's 267,000 units because we've counted to that, but I think it's closer to 300, so we lose track. And just in multifamily, we've got tons of senior housing. We've got tons of student housing. I'm in senior housing as well. We've got tons of industrial flex space, self-storage, mobile home parks, you name it. So if there's a different type of asset class you'd be interested in, we can help you. And we teach you everything from A to Z, how to find the deals, really how to pick the market even before you find the deals, how to put a team together, how to when you find the deals, how to underwrite those deals effectively, how to raise all the money you need for your deals, and how to syndicate, how to joint venture, how to manage these properties, really basically how to build freaking wealth through commercial real estate and multifamily properties with full coaching, full support, checklists and reports and documents and everything you need every step of the way. So if you are interested in applying to my Warrior program, click on the link in the description below. You'll set up a call with somebody on my Massive Action team. They're awesome and they're not salesy. I'm going to tell you though, you'll leave that call better than you got on it. So click on the link in the description and we'll talk soon.